opinion readers, ambivalacious types, and champagne sippers. Switch off now. Alex Belfield's voice of reason.
Hiya, love. It's Tarquin here. Tarquin, the producer. I don't think we've ever spoken before, but I had a lovely idea. To bring some AI Alex. AI Alex. Artificial insemination, I thought it was, but it's not. It's AI. Artificial, yes, well, there you go. Oh, won't that be great? You see, I was the man who was the head pushing up all his knobs, slapping on a 12-inch for the voice of reason. I was Alex's Belfield's producer. What an honour. Arise, Sir Tarquin. But it all went a bit wrong, didn't it? Do you remember in September 2022 when the evil BBC and corrupt Nottingham police colluded to close him down? Well, AI Alex is going to tell you all about it next. Ain't technology wonderful? But we're back. Oh, we're back. He's already told me I'm going to get a job in June this year, June 2025. Yes, we'll be back together. The voice of reason. Oh, it's been heartbreaking. But you've got to spread the word. You've got to download and re-upload and share and comment and like this video, because you know the dark forces will end up deleting it. Yes, you know, they wanted him dead. Dead! Well, they haven't. He wouldn't give them the satisfaction. He thought about it, but no. He thought, right, I'm going to come back. Right, I'll be here June 2025, he said. I'll be back, and I'll entertain, educate the nation like the BBC. Do you remember the evil BBC? The people who tried to close him down. He'll tell you all about it. AI Alex will launch in just a minute or two. But I want to talk about me, because that's the most important thing, you see. I'm so excited to be back because I've had some terrible jobs in the past couple of years. I was Nick Ferrari's dietitian. And then whilst I was in the capital, I ended up working for Sick Deek. Oh, yes, I was the head of diversity. That was a dance routine. We had a plan, you see, that there'll be no Londoners left in London by the time I finished. And he won. Oh, how capital these days. It's like Squid Games. If you get outside the M25 without being stabbed or shot, you win a prize. You couldn't write it. Well, yes, he's going to write it because he's written 6 books. Yes, he's written them. He's editing them now, all pen and paper, wall to wall, cell and paper. Oh, you wouldn't believe how much effort he's going into to tell you everything. The 6 books launch in June 2025. Oh, now, what you need to do is go on alexbelfield.com. Have you got that? alexbelfield.com. And you can register, you see, for the mailing list to get all the information about his tour. Yes, there's going to be a tour. VOR, add the book straight away. So share, comment, like this, and go on alexbelfield.com. You'll get there. Anyway, enough about him. Back to me. Tarquin, the producer, the chief knob slider, because that's the most important thing, of course. Oh, you wouldn't believe the jobs I've had while he's been in that jailed. Oh, did you know I ended up working for Philip Schofield? Yes, Philip Schofield. You know what? I was one of his original runners, you know. But after that, he had to offer me a 0 hours contract running his diary. So far, I've done 0 hours. Oh, yes. One of my favourite jobs, of course, was being the makeup artist for Nigel Farage, filling in his two faces. Oh, he stabbed that Tommy Robinson in the back. Right in the back, hasn't he? Oh, by the way, why would you put a man in prison who doesn't want underage girls being raped by certain Pakistani men in what they call grooming gangs? But are all really rape gangs? Oh, my goodness. Oh, it's funny, isn't it? How he changed the language to suit the people who were a bit sensitive about people's religion or background. What an interesting country England has become. Now then, of course, I've been so upset about Liam's pain. I mean, of course, his career only went in one direction. He was so talented, wasn't he? Orchestrated as a child. And he'd moved on to the third side of the triangle. It's just so sad. Why is it we feel so sorry about multi-millionaire druggies when we can't give two fucks about the freezing and starving pensioners? Two-tier Britain. I don't know. 14 he was. 14 when he met that Cheryl who auditioned him. I bet she stretched his oratorio. Move along. Nothing to see here. Move along. Ting, ting. Fares, please. Ooh, talking of which, Prince Andrew. Ooh. He's still free and happy and walking around as if nothing's happened. Nothing's going on. Nothing to see here. Just remember, my friends, like those at the nonce factory, you're not convicted until you're caught. Just because you're not caught doesn't mean that you're not guilty. Ask P. Diddy. He's rebranding now as P. Diddy did. P. Diddy did. Oh, Hugh Edwards. Talking of which, I bet he had a lovely Christmas, yes. He was there with all the festive fun, his festive turkey, basting, fingering, fisting his turkey crown with all his family around him. Because no risk to the public is here. Isn't it funny? A man who likes watching children getting raped is no risk to the public. A BBC journalist. And verified. The highest paid journalist likes watching children being raped. Well, I think that's it. That's all we need to know, that he's no risk to the public. And had a lovely Christmas. Jingle bells. Well, Belfield was banged up behind bars for words. Words, I tell you. Welcome to two-tier Britain. Anyway, listen, like, comment, share if you agree with this nonsense. Like, share and comment. Go on, do it. You know you need to. You've been itching to do it for ages. Oh, did I tell you? I ended up working for Hugh Edwards. Well, it was a very short time. I was his common law assistant and right-hand man. I used to do all his cleaning, bit of load dusting, and I'd have a daily squirt and wipe routine. Oh, he was clumsy. He always used to lose his phone. Yeah, very strange that. What a coincidence. But at least the police, of course, didn't bother raiding him 3 times and arresting him 5 times like Alex Belfield. Anyway, he's going to tell you all about that now. Oh, before I go, hang on, I'm having a hot flush. I just wanted to remind you to go to the website and register. Sign up for the newsletter so you can find exactly what's happening in 2025. Shushy slushy. Behind the secret voice of reason paywall. We have to do that now, you see, because we can't have free speech in Britain anymore. Ting, ting, fares, please. We've all got to be shushy. Right, I'll hand you over to my lovely friend. This is Tarquin, the producer. Yes, again, I'm off to get me feathered duster and fiddle with me knobs and stroke down me buttons. This is News at 10 for the voice of reason. Now listen, sign up, re-register here. You've got to press the subscribe button. Press it now. Go on, press it now. This is it. That's it. Stroke it. Touch it. Caress it. Press subscribe. That's it. Like, share, comment below. Oh, we can't wait for the trolls. Yes, those mentals. Oh, They'll be self-touching on the dark web as we speak. So excited to know that Belfield's back. Belfield's back. Oh, they'll love it, won't they? They'll be having the time of their lives anyway. Anyway, I'll hand you over to the boss. I'll be working for him again, as I said, from June 2025. Yes, write it on your fridge, get a post-it, put it in your diary. When the voice of reason returns, Alex Belfield will be out. I can't wait, I'm beside myself. I'm going to pass out. Oh, hang on a minute. I'm coming out. I want the world to... Oh, my goodness. We'll have to sing that, won't we? In June the 15th, when Belfield's back. That's it. 15th of June. Tarquin, the producer here, handing you over, lovies, to AI Belfield. Oh, isn't technology wonderful? Now, where did I put my feather duster for me knobs?
Oh, shushy, shushy, please be quiet. This tippy-tappy gobshidery ain't for you. Alex Belfield's voice of reason.
Hello, Chunky. It's AI Alex here. Yes, your tippy-tappy friend, your replacement as the UK's #1 gobshite. Yes, I've been, as I say, very busy recently, writing 6 books whilst pleasuring His Majesty all over the country in 6 different prisons. It's been so exciting. But very soon I'll be back. Yes, coming in your ears, coming on your TV, coming on the stage, and coming through your cat flap. When you buy my 6 books, it's going to be marvellous. Alex Belfield, as you know, I'm AI Belfield. You see, it's very good, isn't it? How they can make you sound so real. AI Belfield here, telling you that Mr. Belfield, the Lord of the Airwaves, was kidnapped by the state in September 22. And of course, what a state it's in. Well, he'll be back this year. He'll be back with a voice of reason. Do you remember, during COVID, he kept you going. 500 million hits, booming through your woofers. He was closed down by the .gov mafia. Marvellous. They didn't like his hurty words and hurt feelings. They did what they could. They wanted him dead. Dead to the ground. They definitely wanted him cancelled. Finished. Silence. Shushy, shushy, shushy. Why? Well, they wanted him finished, you see, because he was a pain in the anus erectus. He triggered the crackpots, you see. He sort of mingled with the medicated mafia of the bonkers people, the tools of the trade, the elbow lickers, the ones who really should be in asylums or in prisons themselves. He loved winding up the mental morons. You see, they were so up their own arse with their own confidence that Mr. Belfield had to bring them down a peg or two. They needed to shut him up, you see, and teach him a lesson. And they did. They banged him up for 2.9 years. Well, he's back this year. AlexBelfield.com will return, and the news and the phone-ins will be there 7 days a week, 654. Well, depending how long he wants to work, he will be there for you with the breaking news and all the big phone-ins at AlexBelfield.com. Yes, you, the once great British taxpayer, have paid 48,000 fecking pounds a year for Belfield to write 6 books. Yes, 6 books. How wonderful. Whilst he's avoiding council tax, avoiding the cost of living crisis, and any accusation that he has anything to do with Greg Wallace's dad jokes. No, don't blame him. He has done many terrible, dreadful, hurty word things, but he certainly didn't give the script for Greg Wallace's creepiness when he went up behind a lady and may, just may, have rubbed his penis against her back. We've all been there, fellas, but don't do it these days. 7.5 years in prison, plus a life sentence at the BBC. Alex was the first political prisoner, of course, to be sent down for such nonsense. 5.5 years in total for stalking without fear, alarm or distress. Yes, that's without fear, alarm or distress. May we tell you now, dear listener, if you are not feeling alarmed, in fear or distressed, you too are being stalked by Alex Belfield. Phone the police now. Why? Well, it'll get you some headlines and it'll make you feel better about yourself. The send down a man who was pleasuring the nation, slapping it on the table with his knob gags, morning, noon and night. See, show business is a very strange thing. Once you talk about the nonce factory, you end up going down. as so many do at the nonce factory, which is quite ironic. You see, the entire file for Belfield to go down, in fact to be convicted or indeed arrested, was handed to Nottingham Police, or the NCP, as they're now known, the Nottingham Corrupt Police, by the BBC. The entire file. Can you believe it? Yes, you can read about this whole witch hunt in a new 500-page book called Lockdown Locked Up, which will be available in July 2025. We'll file that one under an own goal BBC and Notts Corrupt Police. The establishment wanted him bankrupted, dead and silenced. They tried endlessly with civil cases to empty his bank account, but up till now he's managed to survive it. The problem for them is the chickens are coming home to roost, because from June, Alex will be able to slap it on the table and say exactly what happened and tell you the truth, the whole truth and nothing but the truth. This summer, the UK's most honest, outspoken, brave, modest, and of course least dangerous criminal will return to the airwaves. Why do we say least dangerous? Well, the official Ministry of Justice and HMP figures prove that Mr. Belfield is a 0.17% risk to the public. Not his opinion, that of the official Oasis file, that's down from 0.19% when he first came into jail. We know Probation didn't think he should go to jail, but of course the judge decided to ignore that report. Shushy. Remember when the bomb squad came round and bashed in Belfield's back door? Oh my God, the pain was palpable as he lay there gathering hits and headlines from laying next to his poor deceased door. Booted in by that fellow with his big chopper. Nobody, by the way, in HMP has ever heard of anyone being arrested 5 times, or indeed rated 3 times over the same crime. But you've got to remember, Nottingham Police, you see, well, they got to extend his bail because over the 2-year period, a Birmingham magistrate said, no, you haven't made any progress. You can't do that. But they overcame the judge. They're geniuses, you see, a law unto themselves. Alex was banned from mentioning any of that either. You mustn't talk about it in court. Shushy. You can read about all this in the new book. It's Locked Down and Locked Up. Then what are we going to tell you? Because so many things have happened. Alex, you see, had worked at the BBC for 15 years. So why did this happen? Could it be to do with the fact that he knew where the bodies were buried and the fact he believed that they, the BBC, harboured paedophiles and indeed covered up for sexual abuse, bullying and criminality? Shushy. Don't mention Hugh Edwards. Alex became a whistleblower, you see, for 10 years in the Daily Mail, the Sun, the Mirror, exposing hundreds of stories about their fraudulent behaviour and behavioural corruption. Of course the Daily Mail, the Sun, the Mirror didn't mention that when they talked about his conviction. The fact he'd worked for them and bought his house with their coffers went very, very unknown. A BBC person sent a letter to close him down. An anonymous letter was published on the internet by a man that Belfield had never heard of. Alex investigated this, you see. He wanted to find out who had wanted to close him down and why would they do that. He believed it was a BBC person, but of course the BBC wouldn't confirm it. It was the police in the end who confirmed it actually was. That person said they were being stalked by Alex Belfield, and Alex got 2.5 years in the HMP asylum. The person who published the BBC closing down anonymous email, who Alex had never heard of or been near or in fact spoken to, also got 2.5 years. 2-tier justice? Well, you decide. How can you stalk people you've never met? There's so many questions. The Clown Court judge wife was offered a job at the BBC just days after Alex Belfield's conviction. She's still working for the BBC at the point of this recording by AI Alex. Isn't it good? Technology is wonderful, bringing to life the Belfields, who will be back on the air from June at alexbelfield.com. It is for you to decide what is fair and just, what is right and proper. Do you think this is the kind of country you want to live in? How is it that Alex, who was so outspoken about COVID and lockdown and the jab, the prick, Boris, Hancock, Captain Tom, BLM, Baroness Moan and PPE, and made very powerful enemies, was so under attack by the establishment, the .gov collaboration to close him down? How could this man of unblemished 30-year career in show business, with no interaction whatsoever from the police prior to this, and a wonderful career in journalism, comedy and entertainment, with just a 0.19% risk to the public, be such a pariah? Indeed, how could he be a bigger risk than the BBC's highest paid journo paedophile, Hugh Edwards, who had a wonderful Christmas at home without a tag or any restrictions whatsoever? Paedophiles, you see, these days are deemed no risk according to this government. How curious. Alex is not eligible for the 40% early release. No, he's too dangerous. Can't get a tag. No, he's too dangerous. And open prison is certainly not on the cards, as they've lost his file. That was the last excuse by HMP, who should have sent him to the DCAT open prison back in September 2023. Now, since then, we've found out by the Independent Monitoring Board, HMP, that Belfield, in fact, is still a hostage for two very good reasons. He's too sarcastic and, wait for it, his public profile is too active. That'll be down to me, you see, AI Belfield. Alex Belfield is not dead and they can't handle it. You see, too active to go to open prison. So they're holding him, officially kidnapped, a hostage of the state, as a political prisoner. There you are, confirmed by the IMB. Great British justice, isn't it? Or you could say it's an evil witch hunt, but you will decide. That's what's brilliant about the public, you see. They will always have the last say. You can read about his life in his autobiography. That'll be released on the 15th of June 2025. How exciting. Don't tell anyone, though. We must keep this shushy and a secret. Whatever you do, don't pass this on. Don't share, don't like, don't comment, because the establishment won't like it. They'll get more revenge. Now, all they've got left is to, well, bump him off, let's face it. But what we want you to do is just secretly download this and keep it somewhere safe, in case anything dangerous happens to him and he suddenly disappears and doesn't reappear in June 2025. The year where the truth will set Mr. Belfield free. Back at alexbelfield.com. You see, he'll never surrender to bullies. Why didn't they work this out at the beginning? They raided him and raided him. Still never found anything. Not one piece of evidence was used in court. He's so dangerous. 5.5 years at a 0.17% risk, whilst paedophiles, at the time of their lives, going around losing their phones and reading the news on the BBC. According to the British legal system and the CPS, the crooked persecution shysters at the clown court, Belfield needed to go down, and he has. But now, 3 years later almost, he's rehabilitated. Yes, he is back on form, totally rehabilitated. He's now a vegan, a cyclist, and he is wearing a dress. It's worked brilliantly. The thing is, you can knock a man down, you can take him to his knees, you can make him beg for mercy, but eventually the sentence will be over, rehab is done. By the way, he didn't qualify for any rehabilitation whatsoever, not 1 second, because he's such a low risk at 0.17%, you don't qualify for any courses if you're this much of an appalling criminal. He should have been a better criminal. Maybe he'd have got away with it. What if he'd have been a troll? Perhaps he could have, I don't know, used somebody else's name, and then he'd have got away with it. It was his honesty and telling the truth that landed him in jail. For nearly 3 years, Alex has spent every second writing his little ditties, his epistles. He's been fingering his bundles of paperwork morning, noon and night. And he's about to return on air, on stage and in print. The tour is booked from August of 2025. You can get the dates by signing up to the mailing list now. You'll be the first to know, with private links, because we're shushy. Don't tell him he's coming back. They'll get very upset and start writing letters to Blue Peter and, of course, points of view. For 30 years in show business, with zero issues with the police, until the evil BBC handed that file to close him down, there was no problem. But he's now reformed, not like Farage. No, Alex is 100% sorted. He's back on track and ready to boom out your woofers from 2025. We must remember hindsight is a wonderful thing, but remember what we know now. That's the power. Look what happened last summer with the riots and all the people who went on the tippy-tappy and wrote words and are now banged up for 450 years. You see, if only there'd have been paedophiles, they'd have been home now. But that'll teach them. Whilst the nonce factory protected Hugh Edwards, at the exact same time that Nottingham corrupt police ignored a mental patient who was wanted on a warrant less than 5 minutes from Alex's home and went on to murder 3 angels in Belfield's hometown, Alex was being tortured by your .gov mafia, who wouldn't stop until he was silent, close down and imprison. They wanted him dead and silent whilst ignoring the above. How do these people sleep at night? You can find out in a series of books that tells everything from June. Well, they've had their bite of the cherry, and now Belfield will be back. IAI Belfield will continue to promote this man who returns, and you have a choice whether or not to return to the voice of reason. He's had thousands of letters every single day whilst in prison, emails and letters piling in, pissing off HMP, who had to sort them all out. They wanted him to be forgotten, and in fact they made him a martyr. Prison probation have lied, cheated and shanghaied him around the country to destroy any chance of getting back to his family and sabotaging the open prison entitlement that he had earned. Nobody can tell him why he's not now in open prison or at home, other than because he's too sarcastic. If you're appalled by this, you might want to write to your local MP. Let's see if this Labour government is any less corrupt than the last. Maybe Keir Stalin or his right-hand man Angelica Grala will free Belfield immediately. Alex Belfield will never surrender. They must have known this. Alex Belfield will fall on the .gov sword before giving in to this tyranny and handing over his human right to free speech. We know free speech comes at a very high price. In fact, 5.5 years for your Article 10. It's a big price to pay. But he did it knowing that he spoke the truth, and he did it in plain sight, not as a stalker without alarm, fear or distress. In June, you can read his autobiography. In July, you'll read every word of the witch hunt over the 4 years, and the 5 arrests, and the 3 raids, and indeed the clown court case. You will find out at alexbelfield.com when he will be on tour, coming to every town in Britain. You'll get Jack and the Beanstalker. Yes, a brand new pantomime. He's behind you. I do hope it's not Schofield or Hugh Edwards. We'll bring back jokes in 2025. The dark forces will not win. Alex will not give in to this tyranny, and he has kept his fans at the heart and soul of every day he's been pleasuring His Majesty on his knees behind bars. Not one day has passed without a pile of letters from you that have filled his heart and kept him going. The only victims in this case is Alex's family, friends, and you. The support has been incredible. Thank you to everyone who has sent their love and support. Alex could never have done this without you. So subscribe to YouTube, share, and tell everyone in comments and let us know what you think. Free speech remains. They tried and they failed. Alex Belfield went from being the voice of reason with 500 million hits to a simple number, A4747EW. Survival, fortitude, strength and resilience. The backbone of being British. The truth will set him free. Vindication takes time, 2.9 years in Belfield's case. But now it's game over. We continue. He's rehabilitated, officially a 0.17% risk, yet still in prison and nobody can tell him why. The future is bright, the future is ginger. Thank you to everyone for your unwavering support of my boss, IAI Belfield. I endorse alexbelfield.com. And as for the whack jobs and bonkers, bipolar, bicurious, bifocal, fuckface trolls who have kept Alex's legacy alive, slagging him off, thank you. Thank you. You kept talking about him, and if it weren't for you, he would have been forgotten. Thank you. Over 2 years in jail, some people would say it's horrific. Well, it is, but not compared to what lovely Mark has to go through when he has to shag Horseface Hopkins. Who could possibly argue that a conjugal visit from Katie Hopkins couldn't be worse than 5.5 years in the pokey, in the nick, going down on Horseface Hopkins. I'm shivering in fear. If the Nonce Factory really wanted brutal revenge on their nemesis, on the man who slapped it on the table, the man who said it all and knew where their bodies were buried and continually exposed them as their #1 whistleblower in the national press, the very newspapers that tried to destroy his reputation, maybe they should have thought more clever instead of shoving him in prison. Why didn't they make him have sexual pleasures with Katie Hopkins? This is the kind of restorative justice we need in the UK. Alex and Hopkins will return with 2 gobshites live at Easter 2026. But first, he has his second coming in June 2025. She might have a fanny like a dropped lasagna, but don't worry, she's smashing social media and she's the star that's kept the free speech candle flickering whilst Belfield has been predisposed. Never underestimate your enemies, my friend. The second coming will always be bigger than the first practice. So let's move on and put all this behind us. Let's forget the £400,000 that Belfield's wasted on lawyers and on legal nonsense and mumbo-jumbo. Let's see to the future, which is bright, because the truth is the truth, and it will always set you free. So subscribe to YouTube if you like this and want to see more. Share with your friends and comment below. And remember one thing and one thing only. I, AI Belfield, endorse this message and pass on the most important thing of all. Alex Belfield still loves you, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Anyway, that's not why you called.
Oh, shushy, shushy, please be quiet. This tippy-tappy gobshitery ain't for you. Alex Belfield's voice of reason.
This is my friend called Colin the Cockerel. It's a big black cock.
Who loves the voice of reason?
There's no one like Gaston. He's got a big and schlong. He is enormous in the da-da-dee-da-da-da.
Hello, it's Kate from Birmingham. Worked for a care home for 12 years. Been sacked.
Wonderful lady from OnlyFans who had a terrible accident with 2 foot long, but... Sorry, people are fucking messaging me.
Oi, twat face, slow down.
I have an incredible memory. When I was born, God said to me, do you want a long memory or a long willy? I can't remember which one I asked for. No more shushy to worry about in 2021.
I believe you said you can't fly your pigeons to France. How the fucking hell do you stop them when they're pigeons?
Look at this. I've got piles today, people so kind. All right, let's do some gifts.
Come on, Diane, sing along. Money, 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 Alex, I like money. I like a Taliban. No, love, it's Taliban.
To feed the birds.
My name is Andrew Lloyd Webber.
Childcare issues.
I don't like 2021.
I hope my neighbours aren't coming in my jacuzzi, especially when I'm not there.
Play the jingle, fucking Tarquin. I can't keep this up anymore.
Alex, I have never taken a penny from anybody for anything because I don't know how to cash checks, so I've got a load of checks, but they're all in my drawer, Alex, because I don't know what to do with them.
I'm in bits. I've lived here for 21 years. I've been a nurse for 44 years. I was stood down yesterday. I've got to sell the house. This is all because I won't get jabbed, and I'm absolutely broken.
You, Belfield, are a shithead. You can't say that because of the old, well, you know what.
Live from Grand Central, this is the voice of reason.
Hello, are you a bit limp under the cap, bit thick as 2 short planks, few French fries short of a happy meal? For fuck's sake, wake up and smell the coffee.
You're ill if you can't sit without a buffet during a show, just to let you know.
Den Sieger hört das deutsche Band mit Bang, woo, mit Bing Bang, mit Bing Bang, Bing Bang, boo.
I've had 3 squirts up my arsehole already. Not bullshit.
Right, that's it. I'm off to stick Boris up my bottom.
Right.
Peekaboo, Tarquin. Welcome to Blackpool. We're in Blackpool, the North Pier.
We're here with my people. No, Liverpool's turned on me. Live from Grand Central, this is the Voice of Reason.
Tarquin, quickly, they've come to arrest me. They've come to arrest me. Quickly. Will we go and do some professional show business? More punters, quickly! Escape! It's the Voice of Reason live in Bristol. Here we are with a man on top of a horse. I sometimes wish I was a horse. We've had an amazing afternoon with some wonderful people.
Management want to let you know that tonight there are no fucking rules and you can do what the hell you want.
They wanted us gagged, they wanted us silenced, they wanted me backed up in jail. They wanted to have finished me tonight. We have the biggest selling show in the history of New York. Everyone wave!
Huh? You would know about a big boner.
Free speech comes with a price. Be very careful when they start banning words. This is my friend Hugh. He worked for TV licensing. Everybody say boo, boo, boo. You see now, goodness gracious, how are you doing? Now stop scratching your arsehole in your private parts. Who do you think you are, a BBC presenter? Goodness gracious. It was absolutely lovely and everybody turned up and had a wonderful time. What a beautiful place this is. Welsh sunshine, the best on earth. The most amazing people. Hearts of gold. Enjoy South Wales. Look at this, my two new girlfriends. Here we go. Jeanette McCrankey's sister. Look at her. She'd be marvellous. She's going to play one of the seven dwarves in Snow White.
Very, very talented, lovely, lovely man. He's well loved and he should be running the country.
Very right.
That's all I got to say.
And the first phone-in I did had 18 viewers. 18 viewers. And we were over the moon. 18, that was 17 plus me mother. And we were over the moon. And then a year later, 327,000 people watch this shite every day. It's incredible.
Absolutely brilliant. A real belly laugh. Good old-fashioned fun. We loved it.
Mrs. Dyer, she's celebrating her anniversary this evening. Is Mrs. Dyer here?
Nice to be out in public again, surrounded by people, like-minded people. But just a vibrancy and an energy. And Alex was fabulous, and so were the Grumbleweeds.
Absolutely brilliant.
Yes.
Absolutely very good.
Well, yeah, funny and serious.
Yeah.
Everything about it were perfect.
We love Alex, and there's nothing he can do about it.
Cheers, everyone. See you soon. Good night.
Did you hear that? That was the voice of fucking reason, wasn't it?
Guardian readers, ambivalentious types, and champagne sippers, switch off now. Alex Belfield's voice of reason.
I'll buy myself a hot tub and I'll sit pleasuring myself in my back garden as if I'm having a bath.
I'm going to put anything on credible. Don't mind me. I'll come and interrupt you one day whilst you're performing.
Kiss my hairy white arse.
That's my fanny, by the way.
Beep, beep. I went into his surgery and I said every time I try and talk, I end up farting. He said, hang on there, my man. He came back with this big 7-foot pole. I said, what the fuck are you going to do with that? He says, I'm going to start by opening a window.
But it is very good for ratings.
Red and yellow and pink and green, non-binary gender fluids too, transformers and gays and straights and bis and everything too.
Ooh, up a bit, Tarquin. Don't you let them tell you that I'm obsessed with my jelly wobblers. It was, ooh, up a bit.
For the women, da-da-da-da, put your hands up your lady mouth parts.
I tell you, without you, mate, you're God. The shit you spew out of your mouth, mate, we need it. You fucking help me.
I'll sue you again someday.
Alex, if it's £3,000 an arrest, Alex, and you had 5 arrests that were unlawful, that will make you £732,000, Alex!
Money, 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 it's so funny, in a rich man's world, BBC.
All of my clinical skills that I would have done in person in practical sessions, I've learned off PowerPoint, one of them being injection technique. So,
wow. But it makes me want to stick my head up my own backside and blow my nose till the pressure equalises. Mwah! Pwah! Yes, that's the actual French for point.
I love the BBC. See boobies. I like Blue Peter. I like all of the news round. They give the news to people in a very simple way, Alex.
Shut the fuck up. Pwah! This lady has married herself. Gotta be stick about.
I know I sound ridiculous, but here is my new play. I want to go and say hello, but they are all gay.
I watch your show daily and I try and give it to my friends and family.
Thank you, sir.
It's only now they're starting to listen a little bit.
You know, it takes people a long time to come round to the Church of Belfield, you know, before they get on their knees and start preaching in the congregation. And I will be here morning, noon and night, ranting and raving. Boo, boo, boo.
What I say to you is distract from your dangling gums and get your knockers out.
You slap my back and I'll tickle your tits.
Chickens, you know, make love. Half a quarter of a millisecond. Like, when they arrive, a chicken, like that. I'm not making this up. This is a fact. Fucking Google it. Before they already cock-a-doodle-do, they already cock-a-doodle-did.
Can you stop this bollocks?
I mean, what is this? What is this? But that's not why you called. Now clear off.
Blah, 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 blah.
First, God created the heavens and the earth. Then God created man and woman. Lots of other things were created, destroyed, rebuilt. Then Alex Belfield was born. Now, the greatest miracle on earth has shocked even the most ardent non-believers. Alex Belfield.
He can nibble an ice cream, suck on a banana, and kiss your ear roll all at the same time. I'm saying she's got a horse face. My God, these are people whose wives have got mustaches. Can you stop this bollocks?
I hereby rule.
Ooh, 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 ooh. I'd go to the seaside making sandcastles, not worrying about my fucking private parts. That is a London bus.
My back, fat and man boobs can wait till tomorrow.
I think I'll have a bath to warm myself up. I will keep my underpants on because I don't like looking down on the unemployed. Now clear off. I mean, what is this? What is this? I got it the wrong way. 300,000? We should have 300 fucking million at this point. Fat, thin, old, young, tiny meat, well hung, white, black, half chat, Greek shy, half Thai, hairy, scary, straight and bi. We'll have them all. These are my mystic balls. Alex. Undisputed national treasure. It's the shits 2021.
She's now getting a flew out into Canis. Oh, me knockers have fallen off.
I think I might be going mental. Blue Peter, P.O. Box 69. Now fuck right off.
Chickens, make love. Half a quarter of a millisecond. Like, when they arrive, a chicken, like that. I'm not making this up. This is a fact. Fucking Google it. Before they already cock-a-doodle-do, they already cock-a-doodle-did.
Ooh, look, there's another bus with no roof on. We find guilty on all counts. Very tiny little man penis. If you would like to see a bell end, feel free to go to Talk Radio from 10 o'clock in the morning when Mike Graham will be broadcasting live. Yes, so they're saying it's not fit for... Fuck off. It was a very naive attempt to It was a very naive attempt to discredit and destroy. Wibbly wobbly, wibbly wobbly. Do press that subscribe button if you will, and press notifications, and we'll keep you entertained and updated 7 days a week. This broadcast was brought to you by I Don't Give Two Fuck Productions. Excuse me. Oh God, they're coming for me. I better hurry. Quick.
A is for Alex.
Suspended by YouTube, strip search for being a bomber, to a witch hunt by the beat, and cancelled by Ben O'Leary at the Dopey Times. We don't get too tiny shites. Let's go rogue and ad-free at alexbelfield.com. The secret VOR club. Sign up now and get shushy shush. Don't tell the lefties or the woke tart shushy.